What up? What up? I'm a little bit early. Uh, Coming to talk about this Snowfall show. This could be a GOAT show. Yeah, definitely competing with The Wire. Um, this first pilot episode showed a lot of promise. Let me turn this other damn screen off. What's popping, man? What's going on out there? Follow me at Loch121 LOCH121 everywhere. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all of those things. Check out my links in the description. And we're gonna get to this West Coast looking like it could be a classic show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get to the reasons why this could be competing with The Wire actually. So the lead in the show is a dude named Franklin. And you see Franklin stopping some kids who were stealing some ice cream or some candy or something. I forgot. It was like something, some chips. I don't know. So, he gets the shit and he gives it to the ice cream guy, whatever. And you see it's June 14th, 1983. So that's the date when this show starts. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I love this shot. It had this dope drone shot showing above Cali with the palm trees and all that. I rock with the West, man. Shout to the West Coast. So then, he see his friends. His friends start messing with him. I know one of them name is Leon, and he like a wild dude out of juvie. So one of the kids at the truck though looked like Doughboy from Boys in the Hood to me. His shirt looked like Doughboy's shirt. So then you see a guy, what you call it, like a wrestler, a Mexican wrestler. I forgot what you call the Mexican a luchador. I don't know, something like that. Sorry if I got it wrong. Correct me. So I think his name is Oso. And what I think is going on is you see a couple come in, also Mexican, and he was like winning the fight before they came, and then he starts losing the fight when they come in. And I think that they set up fights, and he was paid to take a loss. That's what I think might have happened, but I really ain't sure though. You know what I'm saying? So Franklin is at the wrestling match, and he like betting on dude. I guess he likes him a lot. And after the fight, the guy is in the alleyway meeting with the couple, or not a couple, but it's a Mexican girl and a dude. I think they're cousins or something. So Franklin goes and asks for an autograph, and he gives the autograph or whatever. So next you see it's a party with some people, some hot chicks, and they're sniffing a lot of cocaine. And one of the dudes, I guess, has a girl blow cocaine up his asshole. So they was getting to the business, and the other guy, he's with some other chick, and they snorting the cocaine or whatever. And then the girl calls him to the next room, and the other guy is ODing. So and then she like called the cops or whatever, and he like just looking like whatever. And I'm thinking at the time, like he probably like, we got all this cocaine here, we can't call the cops. But he just looking crazy. And right then I was like, I wonder if he gonna murk her ass. But I guess we'll find out later. So Teddy, well, first we just see a guy. He lives in some shitty apartment. He goes to his office. He calls somebody, and then the guy comes in, and his name is Alejandro. And he finds this guy. His name is Teddy McDonald. He's some kind of Fed, possibly CIA, definitely in the Feds. So he says that a dude named Logan told Alejandro if there was a problem, Teddy was the one to go see. And he tells him Ted needs to come with him, and he like, you can bring your gun if you feel safer. So he brings his gun, and they break out. So then you hear great music in this show. You hear more bounce, to the ounce. And then you meet Franklin's uncle, Jerome. And he sells weed and I think some Sherm or something. So Franklin sells weed too, and he's bagging up at his uncle crib, or he getting the weed or something. So and Uncle Jerome, and he has an aunt Louie who is probably on Sherm or some strong drugs herself. She be looking bugged out. So she some he at the crib and some chick come to the door beefing, and Jerome like, shut the fuck up, bitch. And he tells Louis to beat her ass, and Louis is looking at her soap opera. I forgot the name of it, and she just take off her earrings, real calm, runs out and puts the hands of God on old girl. And Jerome talking about how he like it, you know what I'm saying, and all that. So Teddy sees a body, sees the body, going back to the Teddy Alejandro story, and he tells him to put his hands up when he sees the body of the dude Logan. So he's over his head. He shows him a secret compartment. Yeah, he told him to put his hands over his head. So then Alejandro shows him this secret compartment with hella bricks of yayo. So much yayo, it was like in the hot tub or something. A whole bunch of cocaine. I mean, a whole bunch of cocaine. So boom. Um, After he sees this bundle, they talk and they go to eat. And Ted and Alejandro, they talk. And Ted manages foreign assets living in LA. And Al really shouldn't be on U.S. soil doing what he's doing right now. And he says, you know, he barely knew Logan. And he says maybe Al killed Logan, Alejandro. And because of the Miami events at the time, I guess it was a lot of drug busts in Miami at that time in '83. And you had the Just Say No campaign with Nancy Reagan. He was like, maybe Logan pulled out and Alejandro just shot him. And Alejandro says, no, he's up here trying to push this cocaine because he's trying to feed troops in a war that America is involved in. So next you see Franklin, he bagging up weed. He's at home at his mother's house, and his mother is Avon from The Wire's sister, Dee's mother. And somebody had ripped her sweater, and Franklin like, what, somebody put hands on her or whatever. And she answers the phone and is management. I guess she does she manages property, and she has to kick people out, and sometimes they get real hectic, you know, and all that type of stuff. So then Franklin leaves to go sell his weed, and his mother pulls out a gun from her purse. I guess she uses that for protection when she's kicking people out a little bit of money. So next you see Oso or whatever looking at a picture of a woman, and this scene is flashing. You see Ted looking sad and thinking, I guess, about his next move, and you see Franklin's mother rolling up a joint. You see Franklin selling weed. They playing that Ghetto, the original version, a Too Short sample from. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's the one he used. The Ghetto, the Ghetto. So Oso sleeps in the car. That's the wrestler guy, and the cops tell him to move or whatever. And they was like, you know, move along, amigo. That's racist. So but yeah, so they tell his ass to move along. So Franklin, he got a pretty neighbor, and she kind of looking like she wants to D or something. And the dude Leon come playing more bounce to Leon's. I think her name is Melly or Mel. I'm not sure. So he goes to see his white boyfriend, and he takes the bus with Leon. And Leon is playing the radio loud, pissing off old white people. He's like, could you turn that down? And he turns it up. And my thing is, shit, Franklin got weed on him. We don't need problems, but hey, you know how niggas do. So They go to the white boyfriend house or whatever. His name is Rob. His name isn't White Boy. So they go to Rob's house, and Rob mama is fine as fuck. And apparently they run some kind of porn industry. Like his parents do. It's like Boogie Nights, basically. A lot of this show remind me of Boogie Nights, but we'll get to that later. So so yeah. So they go in, there's naked people and pictures being taken and all kind of stuff. The house is insane. And yeah, Rob mama, she fine. And Rob like, could you wear some clothes? And she's like, this body ain't gonna let me flaunt this body as long as I can or whatever. And she flirting with the boys. And Leon like, she's like, would you want something to eat? And Leon like, yeah, I can eat something. Talking about that puss. So they called Frankie up there at this mansion, and he was the prom king. He was cool with all the teachers, and Leon calls him king of the white boys. Little hate there. Hope that doesn't turn into something later on down the line. So whatever. So he tells Leon the mansion, because Leon asks, why did you ever leave here? I guess so. What happened was Franklin was going to college somewhere in the valley, and he was living here somehow in this place. I don't know, he was smashing all kind of good pussy. So he was living there in that place, and apparently he was just like, but it ain't home though. So I guess he dropped out of school. I guess so. So and Leon said Loch. So I assume he's Crip affiliated, possibly. So Ted cleans up the mansion or the house where it all went down at, with Alejandro and the girls and the cocaine and the ass cocaine or whatever. I don't know what you call that when you do that. Cocaine enema, maybe. All right. So and he's finding blood everywhere, and that's why I'm knowing Alejandro probably killed definitely that girl who wanted to call the police, and possibly all the girls. So then you see the wrestler Oso, and he meet at the bar with that girl and the dude from earlier from the alley, and they plan some kind of robbery. All right, so then we see Frank and Franklin. He's working at the local liquor store or something. Kind of remind me of Menace to Society or whatever. So the neighbor girl from earlier comes in, flirting, trying to throw that puss. And he said he felt like a outsider in college. That's why he left the valley, and he wanted to stay for his mom and all that. And working at that store, he's learning how to run a business and not, work for nobody. And she asks, what he's after, and he says freedom. That's real. And she says, she feels free when she's far off from there. And he really could have smashed probably, but apparently he's 2 years older than her, and I don't know if he's 18, she's 16, or he's 19, she's 17. I don't know. But she's definitely still going to high school party, so I assume she's in high school. So I guess that would be a no-no, because definitely California probably has an 18 and over rule. So yeah, she definitely was throwing at him. I definitely can say that. But either way, I guess it's a bad look if she's not 18. But at some point, he is going to smash. Hopefully, he will wait a year or two until she's 18, depending on how old she is. But then, okay, his friends come and they start, chilling, drinking, partying, or whatever. So I like how the show rating comes on. The show rating comes on with Run DMC. I think it's the Beat to Hard Times or something, if I'm not mistaken. Gotta keep that background running. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Boom. Teddy meets with another Fed. I guess he's a higher up, and he says, the plan with the drugs and trying to get these money to these soldiers could work. And he asks, how bad the director, wants this war funded. And Ted said he wants to run this operation. He says if he gets caught, shit just blame him. But he 28 and he don't want his, he don't want to be washed up. And he not ready to be done with this life. So I don't know what happened with Ted, but apparently he had some kind of career low or something. You know what I'm saying? Something happened to where he ain't where he used to be or something, but he's fairly young in the game. So they asked, let me see what's going on. Okay. So they asked Frank to come on. They asked Franklin to come back to that mansion, the porn mansion, on the first trip with Leon. And they're playing this music. Is dope. They playing that, oh, here she come. She's a man eater. So John Singleton getting it in with the music. So Rob wants Frankie to go get some coke for him from his parents' crazy coke plug, and he keeps telling this nigga pregnant. And basically, Franklin is like, you just want me to go because I'm the black guy. And Rob is like, nah, it ain't like that. And then, he plays it off like, he says, it's cool, I'm always the black guy, which he is because he's a black guy. So they go there to the plug and they hear a shot off the rip. So this is a bad omen. And then Rob says again, he's legit insane. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that was before the gunshot. And Rob talk about probably came from another house. No nigga. So what happened was, whoever this guy is, he shot a guy who was wearing a vest, and then he called Rob a pussy for not coming to get his own work. And he asked, what he wants. He says he wants to give him 200 for some coke, and he's like, I don't sell to kids, and I don't sell 200 worth. He say, I sell kilos to people with money. Bang. So then Franklin, he like, front me a key and I'll turn it around quick. And he like, he says, he can't, he says they can't afford it. He said, basically he was like, I'll bring you a new revenue stream in the black community. So he asks how he can convince him. So he puts on the vest and the dude stands like on the plank to the pool or something, and he's about to shoot him. And he like, any last words? And he like, don't miss. And then he shot the gun, but he missed on purpose and shot like some flowers. So then he like, you got balls or whatever. And he decides to give him the dope or whatever. And he sends him to go get Pussy Boy Rob his cocaine and send him home. And then Franklin is gonna get a ride from this dude's people to the house so he'll know where they live at. You know what I'm saying? So next you see Teddy. I guess he's in that fly crib and he's just looking like he's balling now. He's winning. So Ted calls some woman. I'm confused on that. And I guess James is the guy he was talking to. And he was saying something like that, I'll wake somebody up, and I guess she had a baby. I don't know if that's a co-worker or what. I assume because she got info on, business or whatever. So maybe she is a co-worker. I don't know. So Franklin takes the coke to Jerome's crib. After he got the coke from that dude, he takes it to Jerome's crib. Jerome, he was like, hell no. Get that shit out my house. That is going to be trouble. But Louie is walking around and she did overhear that. But he was saying the game is rigged. Message, that's gonna be a quote line that people quote for years. You know what I'm saying? And walking with a kilo of cocaine is not really smart. Okay, but anyway. So he goes home and his mother asks if he good. And the next thing you know, Louie knocks on the window and she's like, are you sure that it's real? Right? Louie fine too, even though she ain't really got no makeup on or nothing. Like she fine. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my background right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she is fine. You know what I mean? Even looking doped up, she fine. So yeah, so she comes to the window like some kind of crackhead, um, a sherm head fairy godmother or something. So so also the wrestling guy breaks in the house. He finds the money and he takes a picture. A dude comes in. He start wrestling with dude. He got a strap. Dude pulls out. He wrestling and he throws. He ain't throwing, but he fell over the staircase or whatever while they was wrestling, and he died with it. So then you see Ted and Alejandro talk, and he says, you know, he dealt with customs and an Israeli distributor, which is the guy who is Franklin's connect. You know what I'm saying? And also they dealt with that Mexican couple who also just did the robbery for, or a couple of their relatives or something. Because the dude Logan wanted to sleep with the girl, her name is Lucille. She is type sexy. So Alejandro asks if he's covered, if he gets arrested. He like, can you just, you know, make a phone call and get me out? Like, woo woo. And what up? What up? I ain't even see you in here, man. What's cracking? I got something to say. What's popping with you? Yeah, yeah. That shit is on effects, bro. Who that right there saying RDJ? That must be somebody I know. Talking about RDJ. So yeah, that shit is on effects. A thing about that too, you know, effects can say fuck now. So every time I hear fuck, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh shit, what's up, nigga? My man QS. Yeah, you gotta keep in contact. You gotta find a way to get your number to me or something. That's crazy. Wow. Right. So you know, I'm still on my music shit. So you know, I be doing all kind of shit on here and shit too though. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, that shit threw me all off. Old school. So so yeah, Ted and Alejandro is talking or whatever about how, you know, the distribution was the Israeli dude and the chick and the guy who set up the robbery with the wrestler guy also. So yeah, so he asked him if he covered, if he get arrested. And the dude Ted was like, yep, but he ain't really sound too convincing about that shit. And he asked about all the other blood in the crib and all that. And Alejandro says, you know, Logan was moving around, bleeding everywhere. He like, you know, don't worry so much. Get some sleep. But when he leave, you see like Ted looking like he getting up to go look for something. Yeah, do that. I'm guessing that we already friends on Facebook. I ain't seen you on there lately or whatever, but I don't know. Ain't no telling. But yeah, all my links is on there anyway. So even if we wasn't, you could hit the link and fucking hit me with the contact. So yeah. So he asked if he was covered. He like, yep. And he goes to look for something after Alejandro leave out. So then you see Louis go to some place, a club or something like an underground club, and meet with this chick named Claudia. But before then, you know, the security was like, you know, nah, you can't come in. Like she got a bad rep. But they let him in. She gives the security her gun, and then they go in the club. And then the cops is in there. People in there wild, and the cops in there. But they in there drinking and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So Claudia said that Louis had spit at her direction or something, and said she wasn't coming back the last time they saw each other. And she said basically, you know, it was hazy and she was high as shit back then. And her aunt said she was a fan favorite. Talking about Louis. I don't know what they did exactly. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. So pussy danced. I don't know. So she introduced Franklin and or whatever, and she kind of says some little flirtatious shit to him or whatever. So then they take Claudia pulls out her gun, number one. And then she like, come with me to the back. So they go to the back, and as soon as she closed the door, she like pistol whips or punches Louis. I really couldn't tell which one she did. If she pistol whipped this motherfucker or punched this motherfucker. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, hit me up on there. So she pistol whips her ass. And then Louis says, you know, she don't know Franklin, but she thinks she getting played. And she makes her man try this shit, and he like, this the caviar, this the one. So she asks who Franklin's source is. He says, you know, he can't tell. She got the gun up to his face, you know what I'm saying, about to shoot. And he just tells her basically he's connected to a dangerous man. And if he says, you know, if you know, she chills, then he could bring a key every day for 16 racks every day, and they could keep it going. Or she could kill him. The Israeli gangster gonna find her and smoke everybody for his money. So then Claudia chills and says Frank is an impressive man. And yeah, he gets that 16 stacks. Oh, the Israeli dude only wanted 12. So he made a clean foe early. That nigga made a clean foe. Geez, I don't know how much he paid Louis. You know what I'm saying? Maybe half. That was the deal with Jerome. But she just did it. She did it because she didn't want the Israeli dude to smoke Franklin for not getting that work back. Which I don't know if he would have did that, but whatever. So then boom, he got the bread. And then Louis driving, and she says, you know, this cocaine shit, you know, ain't worth the trouble. Cause I forgot, Jerome said that earlier, and that probably gonna be one of them quotable lines from the show. You know, he like something like, it ain't worth the trouble, it's worth for something. And she like, you know, she did it so some Russian wouldn't kill his ass. And Frank like he is raping. So she gives him a gun, talking about, you know, you're gonna need it. You know, you're gonna learn one way or the other. And he was like, he ain't need it, but he took the shit though. And then they see Franklin's father looking homeless, probably strung out or drunk or something. And I couldn't see who it was. Probably if I went and looked, I could see who plays his father, but it's probably somebody famous or something. So he just like, you know, fucking drive the car. Tell it, because she like, do you want to talk to him or whatever? So then you see Osho in the car after he murdered the dude at the robbery. And he sees that, I think, okay, he killed the dude who hired him's father by mistake. And I think that's possibly his cousin. Because in the picture, it's her with some other dude, and it's him with another dude, both looking like fathers. So I'm assuming that they were brothers and they're cousins. So boom. Then you see Ted. So also fucked up though. He know he can't go back. So he just got these people money. He didn't murk this nigga father out. And shit, what do you do now? So then, yeah, so Ted finds blood in the house, you know what I'm saying, more blood, and finds an earring of that girl earlier in the beginning of the episode who was in there talking about calling the police. But I'm like, Alejandro, he was sloppy as shit. And I'm wondering if he killed everybody there, but I knew he smoked her ass. So then they playing this music. It's like, oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. It's that shit that Lil Wayne played. So this soundtrack is crazy. So then, you know, you see Franklin looking like he hurt from seeing his father. And yeah, that's it. Snowfall, the first episode. But yeah, man, this shit could be competing with The Wire. Because you know how The Wire had like all kind of shit. Like the mayor's office, the police doing the wiretap, the kingpins, the niggas on the street level, some other niggas doing some other shit, scamming the political system. So this shit gonna be like, really, it's the story of Rick Ross. Really, is what it is. I'm assuming Franklin is supposed to be like Rick Ross, and he gonna get real powerful in this game. But yeah, I definitely think that kid with the colorful shirt reminded me of Boys in the Hood, and Rob reminds me of Boogie Nights, and the Israeli dude reminds me of Boogie Nights too. He reminds me of the dude who had the fireworks and shit in his crib and shit, and the gun and shit. They tried to rob him. So yes, a lot of things are going on. I think that Teddy and Alejandro are gonna have to meet with the Israeli. Also, I don't know what he's gonna do. He might have to go to war with those people. I don't know. Franklin is gonna become a problem. Leon is gonna be a gangster off the rip. He already been to juvie. The trailer showed him with the strap. I'm hoping he doesn't become an enemy, but he could be an asset. You know what I mean? I think that Claudia is going to help Franklin get a lot of money. I think that Louis and Jerome may become haters. They are going to be mad when he fucking gets so rich. And they, didn't really want parts of it. I think Franklin will get with that neighbor at some point. I think Franklin will probably have to kill somebody by the end of this first season. That might be the finale, is Franklin crossing that line. You know what I'm saying? That could be the finale. But also, what y'all in Saturday? I should go because John Singleton, you're doing it big, man. We gave him another scene, man. South Central Los Angeles, June 14th, 1983. I look forward to hearing a lot of good West Coast hip hop, hopefully. I know it's 83, so it's going to be a second, maybe another year or two before NWA pops off. Hopefully he can get some music. But yeah, man, John Singleton, you got one, man. We're going to be dealing with this war out here somewhere, probably in Nicaragua, like the Contra hearings. We're going to be dealing with the feds and what's going on with the hood. Maybe what happens is that eventually Alejandro and Franklin hook up, possibly. But Franklin is definitely gonna be that dude. He's gonna be that guy. And it's kind of like almost like a Breaking Bad scenario where you're gonna see somebody go from a certain kind of person to a killer, most likely. I'm looking forward to this show. I knew it was gonna be hard. It definitely got movie quality, cinema quality, you know what I'm saying? Camera work, the acting is good. I'm with it, man. This is crazy. So yeah, like, comment, share. Follow me at Loch121, LOCH121. Check out the links in my description. Check out my music videos. Check out my other videos. And I think that would be it for the Snowfall Pilot, man. I'm rocking with it. I love that LA scene back there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out like that. Effects got another one and another one. They trying to fuck with power, man.